There they are. Welcome back. Episode 2, Reptilian Diaries, Western Australia series. Today, we are going after Egernia depressa. Pom pom pom, this fool found Nephrurus last night and Stoked elderly.
Yep.
Yeah. Greggy, what was your favorite find last night?
Oedura, man. Oh, yeah.
Yee!
Yamala, baby.
This is our little spot. It's quaint, but it works. Got a little walk-through bathroom right here. A little walk-through. Sketchy little bathroom. Little charging area. Greggy's room's got more sand in it than the desert. There it is. And then right here. Oh. There it is. Alright, today's a new day. Up here on the Great Northern Highway. We're gonna head up to a town called Kew today. Look for some skinks and whatnot. But yeah, man, 7 species of geckos last night. That was a good day. The flies are super crazy still. And it's just cool to be here. It's really cool. Killer. This is skinkus richardsoni. These are like little, kind of like little sandfish, but they actually live out here. They find little sandy patches and they swim down into the sand. Really cool little skinks. So we left where we were at. We're headed up to look for Egernia depressa right now. Also Varanus lineata and whatever else we might find. We're gonna go up and find some mulga trees and make some breakfast, have a look around, see what we might find. So, onward!
He meant Varanus lineatus.
What did I say? What did I say?
Lineata.
Lineata. Are you sure it's lineatus? We better check. Alright, he was right. Varanus lineatus, for f***'s sake. Clowns. Alright, so this is a Egernia depressa habitat. See if we can't find one. These dead trees, they live up underneath the bark and in little holes. So, alright guys, we're gonna surprise Hussam right now because, ta-da, that's a Egernia depressa. So, we're gonna surprise him. We'll go find him right now. Find anything? Hey, can we hold this? Just for a second.
Okay.
Just for a second.
Oh, Frank just freaking found one. He came up to me, just found one. Yeah.
Bam! Egernia depressa. So we came out to look for these guys. These guys live in these dead hollows of these mulga trees. They live in family groups and sometimes alone, but I mean they're perfectly adapted to this stuff. They're totally spiny and they go up into these crevices and these holes in these trees, and their little spikes just kind of like anchor them in there, and so you kind of got to take little sticks and try to nudge them out to be able to have a look at them. So we got this too. This is probably a pair, and we're gonna take photos of these guys, put them back in their hole, and we can celebrate. Super stoked.
Just do a couple quick snaps.
Here we go. Egernia depressa in the wild. Beautiful animal. So that's Egernia depressa sitting on a branch, basking. He's probably gonna run at any second. little bit of this habitat. So you can actually tell there's one living in this tree right here. I don't know where it is. I haven't found it, but if you go down here, there's a lot of poop on the ground. And that that's the cue that says somebody's home. Let's see if there's one in here.
Huh?
So we're gonna have a peek around, see if we can find another locale of Egernia depressa. This is like really humid in here and very dense.
Super expecting to find a cotto.
Are you? Ooh, look at that freaking log. Oh, there's one. Oh,
What?
that was a fucking depressa, dude, right in there. See his little head? See him?
You should see if you can get a shot of that.
I don't think it's gonna work. I've never seen one out before. That was cool. I was going to Greg to find the one that he found, and then there was one poking its head out of a branch in this new locality. We've never found them here, so this is really neat.
Ow, god damn it. Under the bark.
Oh yeah, you can see his tail. It's gonna show.
Wanna take him out?
He lives right up underneath there. Let's see if we can
Go inside.
get a stick and try to poke his way out of there. So we tried to scare him out with a stick and he ran up. So Greg's gonna get him.
We hope.
I'll just try to knock him down and I'll grab him.
Tell me where he's at.
He's right on the side right here.
How far?
He's on the other side,
see
like
him, I
another.
see him,
You could
I
even
see
probably reach him.
Hold on a second.
Reach up and around. Yep, got him. Good snag.
He's brownish. Look at that. He's different. Hassan, here, check this guy out.
He's got like some nice pink on him almost.
Look at the pattern on his face.
Yeah. Boom. Really nice pattern.
Dude, we should be able to find it.
I'll put him back. There's a perfect little hole for him right there.
Near him. Right on, brother.
So, Egernia depressa, epic little skinks. We found like 10, maybe 12 of them, hit 2 different locales and 2 different types of locales. One of the locales was kind of a very typical habitat for them. It was live and dead mulga trees, spaced out, super dry, low canopy, and just kind of what you would expect. Second location, much more of a like a thick forest. The canopy was taller, it was humid, there was mosquitoes, and it was thick and it was pretty nasty, but I mean, we found quite a few of them in there. I think we found more than we found in the first spot. So it was really cool. First spot we were given to by a good friend. Second spot we found on our own. So both of those are killer. It's always good to go to someone's spot and just be like, yo, thank you. And then it's always awesome to be able to find your own spot. So worked out. We knocked those off, got the pictures. It was really cool to be able to check those animals out in the wild. And then we moved on. That was part of the day. Part of the day was to get up north further. We were going to stay in a place called Q or Mikathara. We didn't know yet. Ended up staying in Q. Strange little town, but it worked out. Yeah, we went up there, got surprised, found some cool stuff. Check it. Nah. Pulled into Mount Magnet. We got to get gas, and then we're going to push on to Q. Cool little town. Yeah. We're going to a spot called Walden Rock right now. Look for some skinks, look for some geckos, look for whatever we can find, but it's pretty green out here. This place is absolutely beautiful. It's like super aboriginal place. There's aboriginal drawings on these rocks. And there's big monitor lizard tracks running around. There's snake tracks. Should be some really nice Oedura fimbria here as well. The flies, like usual, they're here. Place is rad. That's what these trips are all about. Just finding these animals like that, filming them, releasing them, and rad. Whoa, this one just came out. That was a totally different gecko.
Really?
Yeah. Super psyched. Caught some western velvet geckos, Oedura fimbria. Husam's taking some shots right now.
We'll do that again here.
Yeah, hold your
So we'll see more of these guys later in the trip. But this is about as far south as they range. We're just a little outside of Mount Magnet, so it's pretty cool to see them this far south.
You ready for another one?
Oedura fimbria, one of my top species on the list to find. Found them, found a good number of them. They're variable, they're big. I mean, I've kept them in the past. They're just, they're killer geckos. Killer geckos. It was so cool to find them. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of a surprise. We knew we were going to find them on the trip. We didn't know we were going to start finding them so soon. So it was, like I said, it was a welcome surprise. The parenti, I actually didn't even get to see it. Greg saw it. Luckily, he got a little bit of cell phone footage of it. Good shit, Greg. Don't worry, though. Just don't worry. So yeah, that was kind of the afternoon. We had gone to this rock area to just kind of look around, see what we could find, and we scored. On, so I'm not trying to fucking get hit by this one. That is badass. It's a western brown.
This is a western brown. These are ones that are really deadly. Really deadly. These will kill you at a quick. And they're feisty.
Western brown snake.
Look at that black
first
nape.
Snake of the trip.
Very deadly. Yeah, there's that, see the little V on the back of his head?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the pseudonausea.
Just fucking shit out of here.
It's a pseudonausea. Yeah.
So this is pseudonausea. This is the western brown. It's a bad boy.
Little guy lucky.
Beautiful snake. Booyah. Some kind of Nephrurus dragon that we just found. Sitting on, they sleep on these branches. They just come out, kind of like in a knoll would. They just sit up on these branches. I'm not exactly sure the species, but there's a lot of these little dragons around here, so we'll have to check the guidebook. But cool little head. This is a female. It looks gravid, how it's all lumpy. And she was just sleeping. She's got beautiful colors on her. Oranges and whatnot. But these things tear around this flat desert, and then at night they climb up here to get away from the snakes. They want to eat them. So we're going to try to put her back up here, and hopefully she'll chill up here. But I don't know if she will or not. Go back to sleep. We'll leave her just like we found her. Beauty. What? Check that thing out. That's insane. It's big.
Heavy.
So the wind really blew this out, but this is Geckos polka. This is a newly described species. They split up the punctata clade. So this is, like I said, this is Geckos polka. And these are small guys, Rupicola species living in the rocks, and they're absolutely beautiful. So sorry about the wind, check it out. I was up here where we were earlier, that gigantic rock. So these little guys hide underneath the rocks in the daytime, and then at night, they come cruising, but they're beautiful animals. Look at that thing, absolutely beautiful. Fucker, that hurt. There's an Oedura fimbria. Kind of a young one. So it got super windy. I didn't do a ton of filming, but we went back to that rocky area to do some eye shining and a little bit of road cruising and just some lantern walking. Echidna, crazy, super cool. Geckos polka, which is a newly described species. Really neat to see these Geckos. Seeing a western brown was killer, and to get to interact with it and just see how they are is super cool. That was a very young snake. They get quite a bit bigger than that, but they could still just put your ass down quickly. So pretty exhilarating to play with those. And I mean, yeah, just our very first experience of the Australian outback, where there's kangaroos, there's echidna, there's nobody around, the flies are just fucking nuts. We're just loving every minute of it.
Woo!
What you got?
Vertebralis.
Oh shit.
That is so fucking epic.
Oh, nice.
And good flying.
Hell yeah, dude.
Turn off the car. Yeah, I will. Nephrurus vertebralis. This is a little knobtail gecko. We saw these, a relative of these last night. We saw Nephrurus wheeleri last night. This is vertebralis. They live on a slightly different habitat. It's kind of loose red sand. This is a male. Obviously they're called vertebralis for that vertebral stripe going down their back. And this one's got really nice white markings on its head. It's got a tiny little knobby tail. And they just cruise around on this sand, eat insects. They're nocturnal. And this is the star of the show, man. We've been looking for this guy for 2 nights, and here he is. Who saw him is stoked. Greg is stoked. I am stoked. So now we're gonna take some photos and release him. Yee. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Episode 2 is done. Episode 3 is on its way. Stay safe. Love your family. Weird shit going on right now, but hey, we're all in it. We're all gonna get through it.